Hey friends, today we are digging into this sleeping bag right here, the updated for 2024 Sea to Summit Ascent Down sleeping bag, and just to ultimately help you decide whether or not this is a good option for you if you happen to be in the market for a new sleeping bag. Now, Sea to Summit did supply this sleeping bag for free for me to test and review and share here on the channel with you guys, but all of my thoughts and opinions are my own. They don't get to approve the video ahead of time, and no money was exchanged in the process. Now, the Ascent Down from Sea to Summit is a bag that's been in their lineup for several years at this point, but it has been updated for 2024 to feature some new things to make it a more enjoyable sleep experience. I look at this bag as a comfort-focused bag that isn't so focused on being the lightest weight option possible on the market, but really to make it as close to a bed-like experience as possible without going to a quilt. If you are somebody that really does enjoy sleeping bags, then there's a lot going on with this that makes it less constrictive and claustrophobic that you typically would have if you're somebody that doesn't like that mummy style design out of a sleeping bag. You have a shaped bag that is pretty relaxed, and that is a benefit in the sense that it makes it a more enjoyable sleep experience because you've got the ability to move around inside of the bag in the various sleep positions instead of being on your back and not really feeling like you can move your knees and your body around inside of the bag. But it's not so big that it is overly heavy or your body is having to heat up a bunch of dead airspace inside of the bag. So spec wise, what you have is two different degree ratings. You have a 30 degree rating bag and a 15 degree. This is the 15 degree, and that is going to be the limit rating of the bag. Your comfort rating on the 15 degree is going to be 29 degrees. And I can attest to that being accurate. I've had this down to about 25 degrees and had some mid layers and thermals on and been plenty warm in this bag. It performs really well in that case, but do understand that the degree rating is the limit rating for the bag. The down that's used in here is a 750 plus fill power RDS certified down, so it's not going to be overly expensive as being a much higher fill power down, but it is going to be something that's still going to save some weight. This 15 degree bag in the regular size comes in at 36 ounces. So just over 2 pounds of weight, and has a pretty small pack size as well with the compression bag that's included with this bag. You also have, in terms of the way that the down is divided through the bag, is some zoned baffling. So here through the torso, you have vertical baffles that prevent downshifting to make cold spots essentially if you were to have horizontal baffles where the down basically ends up on the edges of the bag and then you have those cold spots through your chest. So the vertical baffles is really smart for a good performance bag that way. But then through the leg area and the foot box, it is all horizontal baffles, and that allows for good performance and for the down to not shift so much that you end up with cold spots. But on the back side of the bag, it is all horizontal baffles, which is not an issue for me in any way. So the standout thing for me with this bag is the number of zippers that are on the bag to increase the versatility and the comfort level of it. So on the left side of the bag for the men's bag, you have a full length zipper that goes all the way down to make it really easy to get in and out of the bag and to vent and just create better opportunity for heat regulation and such. You have a full-length draft tube along the edge of the zipper to increase the warmth and performance that way. And you've got a little bit of like rigid ribbon that helps with the anti-snag aspect of the bag. It's not 100% perfect, but these plow-style zippers do a good job in reducing the amount of snagging that you get with the bag. So that's on the left side of it, but here on the right side, I have a half-length zipper that comes down and allows for this to fold over and almost act like a blanket or a quilt to make it a bit more versatile to enjoy sitting in your tent reading a book or watching a movie or whatever you're doing, to just maybe get your arms out of the bag if you want to have that versatility. And what's nice about it too is it makes it possible to get in and out of the bag on either side. But then additionally, here on the foot box, you have a third zipper. And what this zipper does is allows you to unzip and vent your feet out of the bag. But what's cool is you have that same draft tube, that baffle of insulation that goes down through the zipper. So it's going to make sure that when it is closed up and you're in those really cold temperatures, you're able to stay extra warm because of those fine details that make it possible to just maximize the performance of the bag. What I also love is here in the hood of the bag, they have shaped the hood to accept a regular sized pillow. So right now I've got the Nemo Pillow in here and it just tucks in there really good. Now what it doesn't necessarily allow is for you to get that wrapped up around your face and really tighten things up. In that event, you would want to bring the pillow on the outside. But for the most part, it makes it really, really comfortable. Here around the neck, you do have a cinch collar that allows you to tighten that up. But it's nice because you have also another draft tube that allows you to just close things off around your neck and really tighten things up to make sure that you are as warm as possible on those really cold nights. Now something else the bag features is what they call their quilt lock system. So you have these snaps here at the top of the bag that allows for you to snap this together. And by doing that, I can unzip each side of the bag and I can have this up around my shoulders. So if I'm sitting in my tent just trying to be a little bit warmer, but I'm sitting out a storm or I'm not ready for bed yet, I can have the warmth of the bag around me, but I can sit up in my chair. I can sit up and just enjoy hanging out with that added warmth because I can stick my arms and such out of the zippers here and bring my feet out. So I could actually take this out of my tent, sit in my chair, and have it wrapped around me. You want to be careful around a campfire or anything like that, but it adds the versatility of being able to use this in many, many different conditions, which I think is really, really neat. I want to emphasize the comfort aspect of this bag. It has a relaxed shape to it that makes it possible to move around inside of the bag and not feel so constricted, even though it is technically a mummy-shaped bag. But you have the ability to just unzip things and really use it like your bed at home. And I love how comfortable it is because of those fine detail aspects that make it more enjoyable to be in than just that traditional style of mummy bag that's one zipper and really closes you up inside and can be claustrophobic. This feels more like a bed than it does a full-on sleeping bag. The fabrics that are used on this bag are also very soft to the touch. They're not sticky and they feel good against your skin. And that's so important in how a sleeping bag feels from a performance standpoint, because when you feel like you're in a plastic bag, it really just is not as enjoyable. So the 20 denier fabrics that are used are going to be durable enough, but also soft enough that it's not that plastic bag feeling against your skin. I just think that if you are somebody that still wants to use a sleeping bag, but you want one that is more versatile and just really focuses on comfort, then this is a solid option. When I look at all of the options I have on my shelf, I now look at this more so than others because of the versatility, the performance of it, and just how much I've enjoyed it out in the field. Those are my personal opinions and my thoughts on it. So take that for what it's worth. Everybody has different feelings on sleeping bags versus quilts and that kind of thing, but I've genuinely enjoyed the performance of this bag and think it is a really good option, especially for the price point and such that it comes in at. So my friends, that is the Sea to Summit Ascent down sleeping bag. Let me know what you think down in the comments section. But thanks for watching today. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. Hope you have an awesome day. We'll catch you on the next one. See you later.